Hey, welcome to another episode of Football Scientific with me, Aaron Sauter, writer for the UFL News Hub and CFL News Hub. This is my co-host, Timmy, the trash-talking Tiger Shark. Today we have a lot of information to go over. Football, NFL, UFL, CFL, transactions. We're going to round those up and talk about those. There's a lot of business going on today in all those leagues. We're also going to talk about a little bit of science. We're going to talk about using the fundamentals of chemistry, not chemicals, not drugs and not prescriptions and not, those types of things, the products of chemistry. We're going to talk about using chemistry, the process of chemistry, to bend reality to make your dreams become true. Okay? I'm unlocking that today. It's going to be a big day, probably the most important football scientific episode we've ever done. Okay? So here we go. All right, so first, NFL transactions to start today. The Philadelphia Eagles have re-signed or extended a contract, however you want to phrase it, extended a contract for running back Saquan Barkley. Saquon Barkley was his first year with the Eagles last year was a success. They won the Super Bowl. He had a huge season. He ran for 2,005 yards at the end of the season, added 498 more yards in the postseason, helped win the Super Bowl, was a major factor in getting them over the top to win the Super Bowl. He also caught 33 passes, 278 yards, really showing how dynamic he is as a player. He got rewarded today by the Eagles with a 2-year extension, as I mentioned, and that's worth $41.2 million over 2 years. That's a great contract for a running back. And $31.6 million, that is guaranteed, okay? All right, so he was the Offensive Player of the Year last year for good reason. He almost broke Eric Dickerson's rushing record for most rushing yards in a season. Could have done it, didn't. Showing respect to Eric Dickerson, okay? All right, also with the Eagles, they have released another defensive back. They released Darius Slay earlier this week. They released James Butler, defensive back James Bradbury. James Bradbury, he played 3 seasons with the Eagles. He, during 2024, he played in no games. So I think he's done. At least with the Eagles, he's done. He definitely is because they released him, okay? All right, more business. The Dallas Cowboys have restructured the deal. CeeDee Lamb, he came to agreement with them to restructure his deal, freeing up $20 million in their salary cap. That's huge. That's some good business. You want to think about that, Cincinnati Bengals, okay? Instead of throwing more money at the problems that you have, throwing more money, take the players you do have, work with them, and create a mutually beneficial deal. Right, Timmy? Mutually beneficial deal, okay? So that's what the Cowboys did. They went through, restructured this deal, saved $20 million for good reason. CeeDee Lamb is awesome, okay? He has 4 straight 4,000-yard seasons. And last year, he had 1,194 yards and 6 touchdowns on 101 catches. That's a great season. The Cowboys didn't do well, but CeeDee Lamb did his part, and he's going to continue doing his part, and he's doing it for a lower price. He's going to get his money, but he's doing it for a lower price for the Cowboys so they can add more talent and they can have a better team, theoretically. Okay? That's a good role model for the NFL right there, okay? The New Orleans Saints released running back Jamal Williams. 2024, he had 48 carries for 164 yards and 1 touchdown. He had 9 catch 50s. He just wasn't used that much. He no longer fit into their game plan, I guess. New head coach comes in, new game plan. They're going to cut him out. They want to save the money. Okay? All right. For the second day in a row, the Cincinnati Bengals are on my report. Yesterday, they added a franchise tag for the second year in a row to T. Higgins, giving him $26.2 million, which, in my opinion, and Timmy's opinion, is overpaid. It's too much, okay? But today they released offensive guard Alex Kappa, okay? And that frees up $10.2 million in cap space. Here's the problem with Kappa, okay? Alex Kappa is an offensive guard, plays right guard. Right guard is not a big money position in the NFL normally. How did you get $10.2 million? Well, turns out he played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the year Tom Brady helped them win the Super Bowl. He was a contributor to that team, okay? So he's able to take that Super Bowl win and his connection to Tom Brady and spin that into a large contract for the Bengals, who don't usually scout well and don't make good business decisions normally. As a Bengals fan, I'm saying they don't make good business decisions, okay? They have a hard time doing that. That's been a consistent problem for the last 40 years for the Bengals, okay? You look at the PFF rating of Alex Kappa. He had a 50.5 grade overall in 2024. That is not good. A 39.7 pass protection rating, a 51.9 run protection. He had given up 8 sacks by himself. He had 8 sacks. That's crazy, okay? That's not protecting Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is supposed to be leading the Bengals. How can he lead the Bengals when he's running for his life the whole time? How's he going to get the ball to T. Higgins or Jamar Chase if he's running for his life the whole time? I'm glad Alex Kappa's gone. Not being mean, but it's a bad investment to spend $10.2 million on a guy who won the Super Bowl with Tom Brady but did nothing else in his career. Come on, man. Also, speaking of releasing people, the New York Jets released wide receiver Davante Adams. They got him during midseason in a trade with the Raiders. They gave away a pick for that. Okay, they picked him up because he's friends with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers wanted to surround the Jets with people he was comfortable with, figuring that would be the key to turning the Jets around. Wrong. Didn't turn the Jets around. Aaron Rodgers is gone. Boop. And now Davante Adams is gone. Boop. If I was the Jets, I might have hung on to Davante Adams. It seems like maybe he was being unpleasant. Maybe he was mad about the Aaron Rodgers thing. But last year, and then, he played 11 games. That's it. After the trade, he played 11 games for the Jets. He had 6-7 catches, 854 yards, and 7 touchdowns. That's good. And that's a good season. He's an older receiver, so yeah, I hold that against him. But he's been an All-Pro in 2020, 21, and 22. So he's been consistent, and he was consistent this year. 854 yards in 11 games for 7 touchdowns. That's a good season. That paid off. That did show some chemistry with Aaron Rodgers. It wasn't enough to make the team good. The team was horrible, and that's why Rodgers is gone. But you know how it goes. Okay, Rodgers leaves, the next guy leaves. That was the NFL roundup. Okay, next we have the UFL transactions roundup. First, upsetting news. Okay, the UFL mentioned last week that the UFL players were talking about doing some kind of strike activity. The quarterback sat out a mini camp. They wanted to get more money from the league. They potentially weren't going to come to training camp. Everyone came to training camp. They're all in training camp. Everyone's working hard, feeling good. But the MLSPA, the Players Association of the Major League Soccer, they are telling the UFL players, hey man, stick with the fight. You deserve more pay. You deserve more health care. But the problem with that is the MLS has been around for a couple decades. Okay? They got the money to pay their players and to give health care and do all those fancy things that everyone wants. Everyone wants to do that. Every business wants to help out their players, wants to help out their employees so they can maintain the good relationship between employees and the business. Okay? Everyone wants to do that. But the UFL is only 1 year old. They're not in position. They keep losing money. They're not in position. They haven't built a fan base in every city yet. Okay? They're still working on it. So the MLS Players Association is trying to cause some trouble, trying to tell the UFL guys, hey, do your thing. Strike on this thing. If they strike during training camp, this season is over. It's over. And the UFL is over. It's going to be called something different next year. Okay? I don't know what it will be called. There'll probably be another spring football league if the UFL goes under because there's a player strike. But you got to think about that. Maybe they'll make a better decision. Maybe they'll do what they've been doing. Hey, let's keep working hard, and it'll come to us as we go to the NFL, as we go to the CFL, as we get different opportunities. We're going to get paid. This league isn't about getting paid. It's about having opportunities. Okay? All right. Some transactions outside of that, kind of drama stuff. The Houston Roughnecks have signed defensive back Keenan Isaac. Okay, he played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on special teams for 3 years. He has a PFF rating of 91.2 on coverages, kick coverages, punt coverages. He was on 33 snaps of coverages. Okay, he also played some defensive back for the Buccaneers. Graded pretty well on that. He was originally drafted during the USFL, when the USFL still existed, college draft by the Houston Gamblers, which are now the Houston Roughnecks. And Coach C.J. Johnson drafted him, wanted him on the team, him getting signed by the Buccaneers, never played for the Gamblers, but now he's getting a chance to play for the Houston Roughnecks, which are the Houston Gamblers still. Different uniforms, different league, still the Houston Gamblers business, which is why they're not very good, I guess. All right, another piece of news, San Antonio Brahmas kicker Donald De La Haye, otherwise known as Destroying. He has a YouTube channel, He has a YouTube channel, and if you check it out, Destroying, okay, you're going to see a common show, Project NFL. He's a show he's running, kind of like the show I'm running, probably way more, way higher budget, way cooler than this. Probably doesn't have Timmy, though. I got Timmy, man. He's had a show, Project NFL. He's a well-known, well-followed YouTuber. He's looking to take his experience with the Brahmas and bring it to the fans. I read a tweet today that says kind of the closest thing you'll get to Hard Knocks from the NFL with the UFL. And it's Destroying's channel, and it's Project NFL. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to see what it's about, okay? All right? And then the St. Louis Battlehawks had a running back retire, Mateo Durant, who's been with the Battlehawks since they first existed. Assuming that's 2023, I guess. All right, XFL. He has retired. He's retired. Last year, he had 22 carries for 134 yards and 1 touchdown. He had a little hype for a second when some guys were hurt. But he has decided to end it. He's decided to end it, okay? All right. Last but not least, the CFL, the Toronto Argonauts, have signed offensive lineman Ryan Cole. He's an American player. He has spent time as an undrafted free agent with Atlanta Falcons, Indianapolis Colts. He played at the University of Richmond as a tight end, turned to an O-line, converted over to O-line, has had NFL experience, probably just a practice squad, but that's still experience. He's bringing it to Toronto. Boo, Toronto. Boo, go Tiger Cats. Not Tiger Sharks. Go Tiger Cats, okay? Go Tiger Cats, not Sharks. Whoa, okay, you're getting crazy, Timmy. All right, next, the Saskatchewan Roughriders for the second day in a row have signed an American defensive back. This time they signed Leon. I can't read my own handwriting. That's sad. Leon Jones. I don't know. Jones Jr. Boo. He played for the Bears. He was an undrafted free agent with the Bears. Okay, and he also played for Arkansas State. He had 62 tackles for Arkansas State, the Red Wolves. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then we got one more CFL. We got Ottawa Red Blacks. American wide receiver Jaquan Burton has signed with the Ottawa Red Blacks. Boo, Red Blacks. Let's go Tiger Cats. Boo, Red Blacks. Okay. Jaquan Burton has spent time in 2024 with the Miami Dolphins. Okay. And he played for Atlantic, had 84 catches, 4,277 yards and 9 touchdowns over 35 games. Okay. So that's Saquan Barkley. He's with the Red Blacks. Boo, Red Blacks. Okay. Got it. All right. So that's all. That's the roundup of all the transaction NFL, UFL, CFL. Later in the week, I'm going to put out my NAL, the National Arena League, predictions for this weekend's games. They start up officially. I'm going to predict those scores on Thursday, okay? But as I was teaching chemistry today, as I was really thinking about things, something triggered in my mind, okay? Outside of teaching the facts of chemistry and the stuff you would think about in a high school chemistry class, we're doing labs, we're doing these things. I teach something else, okay? I teach the process of doing chemistry. I teach the meaning of chemistry, okay? So what is the process? What is the meaning of chemistry? Well, basically, it's to bend reality, okay? In case you don't know, chemistry basically studies and understands matter, which is everything that exists in this space-time continuum that we call our universe, okay? Energy, which is like thermal energy, potential energy, kinetic energy, which is moving energy, and then empty space, which it turns out as you look deeper and deeper into the space-time continuum, empty space isn't that empty. There's always smaller and smaller particles that create a space-time continuum that Albert Einstein had theorized that produces the space-time that masses sit in to produce gravity, okay? So that's Albert Einstein work there. What I'm going to talk about today is how to use the properties of matter and energy to bend reality to get what you want. Kids at home, if you have dreams, adults, if you have dreams, okay? There's a process to obtaining what you want, and it's not meditation. That might work though. Meditation and manifestation. There's a lot of videos on YouTube about manifesting things. Maybe it works, but I have a better plan. I am going to use chemistry, okay? So how am I going to do that? Well, I'm not talking about chemicals. I'm not talking about bonding. I'm not talking about chemical reactions. I'm talking about the process of obtaining information and making changes to reality, okay? All right, so first, I have 4 steps to this process. First, I assess a situation. I approach every problem this way. I approach every video this way. Okay, I approach every article I write this way. First, I assess the situation. What do we know about the situation right now? What do we want to get from this situation? What's something we desire as an outcome? And then what connectors link what we know to what we want? You have to identify that. You have to identify, this is what I know, this is what I have, these are my resources, this is what I have right now. On this video, I have knowledge of football, I have knowledge of chemistry, I'm sharing it with you. I have a platform on YouTube, I have Timmy the Tiger Shark, and we are talking about changing reality. I know that. Now, my desired outcome, I pick an outcome. It can be a simple outcome, which is a simple process. I could pick a crazy complex outcome, which will require many more connectors, many more connections, and be able to take a lot longer time, but it's still possible. It's possible to do anything you want to do, okay? You can go get degrees, you can go get jobs, you can own a business, you can do whatever you want, you can play in the NFL if you want to, okay? But you have to know what you have, boop, what you want, boop, and you have to have connections that link those together. That's important, okay? Then you make an action plan. How am I going to take what I have to get what I want using these connections? Put together an action plan, okay? You take action. After actions have occurred, you evaluate your situation, you collect some data, make some observations, you evaluate your situation. Did I get to my outcome? Did I get to a different outcome? Is the outcome I have obtained close to what I want? Does it give me a springboard to the next step? You can always repeat this process over and over again. And the more complex your desired outcome is, the more you have to repeat this process over and over, okay? So, you evaluate the value of your process. Did this process get what I want? Do I need to make adjustments? Do I have something different now than I had before? As I known? What's going to happen? Okay? And then once I'm happy with my evaluation, I'm like, this is good, a good product, okay? I then interpret reality. Did this product that I approve of, I obtain success? Am I successful? Did I get the outcome I want? And do I feel the way I want to feel about that outcome? Okay, that's chemistry. That's chemistry. It's also physics. I love physics, I love chemistry, I love football, okay? And all these things use this process. If I'm a general manager for a team, I'm going to say, what do I have right now? What's my roster right now? What do we want to become? What do we want? Do we have a head coach that's a run and shoot coach? Do we have receivers who are dynamic? Do we have a quarterback that can make quick decisions, that can read on the run? Do we have an offensive line that can protect them? I got to know what I have, okay? Every league is going to be successful doing this. The problem with many people, the problem with many football teams, getting back to football, is that they do not have a plan. The Cincinnati Bengals, I don't believe, have a plan, okay? They've never had a plan. And you don't see much improvement from them. Occasionally, you get some probabilistic improvement where you stumble upon success. You make it to the Super Bowl, you lose to the Rams. All right, stumble upon success. That's not an efficient process for getting things done, okay? Knowing what you have, knowing what you want, seeing your connections, taking action, evaluating the product of those actions, and interpreting reality is an efficient process. Once you master that process, you can do whatever you want in this space-time continuum. Guaranteed. Okay? All right, so I have an example of how this will work with an actual goal, a desired outcome that I have. A desired outcome that I have personally, okay? And that is, I would like to own an indoor football team in the NAL or in the IFL, okay? I don't care which. I like both leagues. They cost about the same, about $500,000, $600,000 to run the team every year, okay? That's the cost of the team in the NAL, IFL. NAL is always looking for expansion. IFL is looking for expansion. In my mind, starting in the NAL and working up to the IFL is a good plan, okay? All right, so that's my outcome. NAL team, IFL team, where? Chattanooga, Tennessee. Okay, Chattanooga, Tennessee, going to bring an indoor football team to Chattanooga. As far as I know, they never had an indoor football team. This would give a new avenue, okay, new avenue for entertainment for the city, bring in attention, bring in people, bring in excitement, all right? Have a football team here to build off the success of the UTC Mocs at the college level, okay? All right, so that's my desired outcome. What do I know? What do I have right now? I have a deep knowledge of football, okay? I've been involved in football for the last 38 years. I've been coaching football for 24 years. I've been deeply involved in football. College football, pro football, high school football, middle school football, youth football, you name it, I've been doing it. Private coaching, okay, writing articles, doing it all, okay, doing it all. I can use my knowledge of football to make an organization superior, okay? All right, next, a solid understanding of business. I understand business. I understand economics, okay? You got to get capital. You got to get investors to give you capital. You got a business plan. You have to know how this is going down. This is my business plan. I'm offering it to you right now. I'm telling you, if you're an investor, send some money. Hit me on the Twitter, on the DM, and let's chat, and let's make this a reality because I'm ready to do it, okay? All right, so you got a business plan. Next, you need a vision for the community. It's not good enough to put a team in a place and just have a team for purely wanting to have football, make money. That is not going to connect to the community, okay? It needs to connect to the community. It needs to help the schools. It needs to help the community. It needs to be a community partner. It's not there to take resources from the community. It's there to share resources, to produce more resources, to bring in business, to bring in money to the community. That's the role of a sports program. People don't remember that. People don't remember. They think about personal gain. They think about personal gain, new stadiums. This community will build me a stadium from taxpayer. That's not what sports are about. Sports are about bringing people together, okay? And this indoor football team would bring Chattanooga together, all right? Maybe even North Georgia, Alabama, other parts of Tennessee. We could bring it all together and be unified rather than divided, okay? All right, next, knowledge of the NAL, IFL. I have a very sound foundation of knowledge of the NAL and IFL. I need to spend more time researching that, but I've deeply researched both leagues. Okay, I understand how these leagues operate. I know how to win in the arena football game. Okay, I understand how to win in regular football. I love man football too. Apply that knowledge all the time as a coach. Okay, as a coach, I've ran offenses, I've ran defense, I've ran special teams. I've coached every position at some point in time in my long career. Been a head coach, been an OC, DC, special teams coordinator, been involved in recruiting, all this type of stuff, okay? Deep knowledge of football, deep knowledge of NAL, IFL football. Why those leagues? Because of budgetary reasons. I'm not a billionaire. I'm not a billionaire. Yeah, I'm not a billionaire yet. That's right, yet. Okay, we're working on it, but I'm not a billionaire yet, so I need a league that makes sense, okay? Those are the things I have. That's what I know, okay? My outcome, I want an NAL team. Let's stay NAL right now. Could also be IFL. I'll explain why that's important in a moment. What are my connectors? I need investors. I need an arena. We got McKenzie Arena where the UTC Mocs play basketball. That would be great for an arena football team. Be another use for that facility. We need players. We need to get players. We need a reason for players to want to play in Chattanooga, all right? Other than, $200 a week. We need coaches. We need front office personnel. The players can be front office personnel. They can be marketers and things of that nature and get paid more than just their football money by helping the team, okay? Coaches. They can coach the team, but they can also be front office people too. All right, so we need those things. So with that in mind, I got some specifics in this plan, okay? So first, what do we need in terms of investors? I've approximated we need $2 million per year, okay? That's a lot of money for you and I. That's a lot of money for Timmy the Tiger Shark. But you know who it's not a lot of money for? Pre-existing professional teams, okay? I'm looking at the Atlanta Falcons, okay? I'm looking at the Tennessee Titans in the NFL. $2 million to those teams is not anything. It's a drop in the bucket. Why would they want to invest in an indoor football league team? Affiliates. We give players an avenue to develop and move on to the NFL. That's what the Arena League used to do. The Arena League used to bring in guys like Kurt Warner, give them a chance to play on a stage, be seen, and move on. The St. Louis Rams won the Super Bowl because of Kurt Warner. Okay, the Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals, made it to the Super Bowl because of Kurt Warner. What I'm saying is this indoor football league is not just for Chattanooga, it's not just for me, it's not just for those players, not just for a league. It can be for the greater good of an NFL franchise, okay? And I have some team names to start to make it real, okay? The Tennessee Titans, which are about 3 hours from Chattanooga, step up. You're looking at the Tennessee Tiger Sharks. That's right, Timmy, the Tennessee Tiger Sharks. We get a cool logo. Timmy noticed yesterday in the NAL there are no Tiger teams. There's no Sharks. That's in the IFL, Jacksonville Sharks. There's no Sharks or Tigers. Tennessee Tiger Sharks, an IFL team for the whole state. We don't have an IFL team. We don't have an NAL team. We don't have an arena team in Tennessee. This could be for the whole state. We could be bringing in people. We can be spreading out our merchandise, helping out the Tennessee Titans. If they partnered with us, we need $2 million a year. Okay, Tennessee Titans have way more than that. This would be a write-off for them, a tax write-off. But not only would it be a tax write-off, it would be a chance to partner with us to get more connection to the Chattanooga community, get youth camps going, get community outreach going through the name of the Tennessee Titans and the Tennessee Tiger Sharks, and make that a real community connection and improve the lives of everybody in Chattanooga along with this football team, okay? All right, Tennessee Titans would be a great partner to have. They obtain our $2 million. We need, with that money, we're going to get the arena rental, McKenzie Arena. We're going to pay player salaries. We're going to get a payroll for the general manager. I'll be the general manager, maybe the head coach as well. For coaching staff, league dues. You got to pay league dues to be in these leagues. IFL and NAL, you got to pay money up front to be in the league. Equipment, we need top of the line equipment. We need travel expenses. We need some kind of housing for the players. We need marketing, and we need to make sure we are publicizing the team. Unlike the UFL, who doesn't do very good at publicizing their team and marketing in their city, we need to plaster Chattanooga with the Chattanooga, Tennessee Tiger Sharks, okay, all over the place. We gotta let them know we're here for you, okay? We're here to make the city better. Boo, and then marketing and promotions, okay? This would be huge for the Tennessee Titans. It'd be huge for Chattanooga. It'd be huge for the state of Tennessee. It'd be huge for North Georgia. It'd be huge for athletes that are looking for an avenue, a chance to prove themselves for the NFL, looking to move forward, okay? UFL players. It could be a developmental league, a team for UFL. We could partner with the Birmingham Stallions. We could partner with the Memphis Showboats. Get players, move them to them, take players, instead of cutting them, move them to us. We'll get them ready. We'll get them right. We'll win some championships. We'll bounce them back to you. Okay? All right? This would all be part of the business plan. Okay? If the players need more money outside the football realm, they want a job, we partner with a business in Chattanooga. I know when I lived in Fort Wayne, Indiana, the Fort Wayne Freedom, they had a hookup with, the UPS, and you go work UPS on off hours. You still practice. The Louisville Fire in Louisville, Kentucky, partner with FedEx. You go work for FedEx, you make some money, you come back. FedEx is a sponsor now, and their sponsorship is helping our players have a job so they can afford to live a regular life during the season, okay? Those would all be good business plans, all right? Now, what if the Titans don't want to do that? What if the Titans are not interested in doing that? Atlanta Falcons are probably closer than the Tennessee Titans. The Atlanta Falcons are closer. Let's make it a regional thing. Combine Georgia and Tennessee together. Alabama. There's no indoor teams in Alabama. There is the Birmingham Stallions. Let's combine it together. It would be the Chattanooga Kestrels. That's a type of falcon. It's a lesser-known type of falcon. Would be a lesser-known organization connected to the Falcons, lesser-known players. It makes sense. The Kestrels, the Chattanooga Kestrels, and the Atlanta Falcons partnered together. Okay, Arthur Blank, $2 million a year, drops in the bucket. Drops in the bucket. Okay, it's like dropping him in the eyedropper in the ocean. He wouldn't miss the money. And not only is he's going to get a cut of our money, of what we make from our games, we're also going to develop talent. We're going to develop talent and push them up. Don't have to live in the draft. Don't have to live in free agency. Don't have to get undrafted free agents from nowhere. We got a developmental project right there for you. We're working for you. We're working with the Falcons. If it's the Titans, we're working with the Titans. Okay, we're making it real. Okay, got it? That will make players want to come play. You may not get paid a ton of money, UFL, but you may immediately know you're on the radar for the Tennessee Titans or the Atlanta Falcons, okay, or both, all right? Now, let's say NFL. NFL doesn't want to affiliate with a lower-level team, with an indoor team. The UFL is struggling for marketing. They're struggling for players. They're struggling, on many levels they're struggling. They need, if you view them as a minor league for the NFL, they need single-A teams below them to push players up. The UFL already has a pre-existing relationship with the IFL, okay, in which they are moving players up and down from the UFL and IFL, okay? So it makes sense for us to partner with the Birmingham Stallions, Memphis Showboats, get players in and out of that. I think that would need to be in addition. That partnership would be in addition to the Falcons or Titans, because neither of those teams, the UFL team, don't have local owners, okay? You have to deal with the UFL as a league. And I would say, whether we are partnered with the Titans or the Falcons, we would partner with the Stallions and the Showboats. Let's develop your talent. Let's show avenues for players to come to Chattanooga and go somewhere bigger, okay? So that way they can tell their kids, hey man, I started in Chattanooga. That team's 30, 40 years old. They're awesome. Go watch them play because they push us to the league, okay? They take care of players. They move them to the next level. That's what I envision for an indoor football team in Chattanooga. Okay, so what did I do there? What I just rant a bunch? A little bit. But what I did there is I made it real. I got my nose, okay? I got vision. I got depth of knowledge of football. I got knowledge of IFL and NAL. I understand business, okay? Got it? I got what I want. I want an NAL indoor team or an IFL indoor team. I want it to be an affiliate team, either the Titans or the Falcons or the UFL. We're going to produce talent for you. We're going to attract talent as a magnet and push it up to you, okay? That's pretty good. What are the connectors? Investors. And the investors I would like to see are the NFL teams. Our expenses would be a drop in the bucket for them. But it's going to be a huge change in Chattanooga. It's going to change the energy of Chattanooga. McKenzie Arena, we have to get that connected. We have to get a rental agreement there. Players, once players know, hey, you're going to be playing arena football, but you're going to be getting looks from the NFL and the UFL directly because we are partnered together. The scouts are there. We're the scouts. We're helping scout, okay? We're running camps. We're running tryouts. We're showing up for the Falcons, helping them get money. We're helping them get exposure, helping them get a relationship with the community, and we are blowing this thing up, okay? I personally feel that this is a business plan that would be mutually beneficial to whatever arena league we were a part of, and then also to the NFL and UFL. It would change the whole thing in Chattanooga. We can bring unity. They have the lookouts for baseball. Okay, that's really all we got. We got the lookouts for baseball. And the Cincinnati Reds, they're an affiliate of Cincinnati Reds. Football is a much more widespread sport. Okay, I'm not talking about baseball, but baseball, you go watch the lookouts. They're all right. You're watching AA baseball. They're kind of the leftovers. We're going to develop players for the future. We are the future of sports, okay? Like I said, Tennessee Tiger Sharks would be amazing. Partner with the Tennessee Titans. For this channel, this YouTube channel is my platform to give giving these ideas, for giving out the education that I'm giving. I'm a teacher, okay? I'm an actual teacher. I teach chemistry and physics right now. I've studied quantum physics in depth, manipulating particles, observing things to produce the reality you want to have. I've studied football to bring it all together. Boom, in an indoor football league, either NAR or UFL, is a huge next step. Not for me. I'll be involved and I will be successful. But for the city, for the state, for the teams involved, it will be an amazing opportunity, okay? If you made it this far, thanks for listening to the rant. Thanks for joining me and Timmy. Boop. And here's what I need you to do. Take a look at the UFL News Hub. There's lots of articles on there. I haven't written one recently. We're in training camp for the UFL. It's hard to say what's going on. Obviously some transactions are happening, but it's still, it's that time of year where they're figuring stuff out, okay? Check out These Drawings channel, Project NFL, okay, Kicker for the Brahmas. Check out the CFL News Hub. We're having some tension with Canada. I'm not talking politics, tension with Canada. Let's bridge that tension looking at the CFL News Hub. Let's look at Canadian football. It's very entertaining football. It's amazingly fun, okay? All right, and then let's look at Substack. I got Substack. I got articles on there. Once again, not that many right now. I've really spent more time and energy into this YouTube channel, okay? I think we can blow this up. I think you can tell your friends. You can share people. You can let me know what else you want me to talk about. Where do we need to expand in this thing? Hit me up on my DMs on Twitter. In the Alley is an IFL, real deep look at an IFL. Cody Bryant, I've worked with him previously. He works with the Shady Sports Network. I've interacted with him with my predictions. He has In the Alley. He would love your support, okay? So let's go out there. Let's love football. Let's let people know, hey, we got something going. Football Scientific isn't just a show on YouTube. It is a movement. It's a movement for community change, for changing the way football is done as a business, for making things huge and blowing it up and changing the world. Okay? Not being dramatic. That's just the way it's going to be. Thanks for joining us today. We'll be back probably tomorrow talking about something else that seems exciting to me. I may show up my GM skills, and say, build a team, an expansion team for a league, the show how this could be for the indoor football league, okay? Thanks for the opportunity. Have a great night.